joining me, doing a little bit of busy work. I have a couple plans for us to undertake in this episode, but the first thing we need to do is finish clearing out some space. Now there was a little bit of a tragedy between when I recorded last and this time. Although I have been playing a fair bit, I've started working on this side of the map a little. I'm not really going to go over these builds too much, I'll save it for the world tours. But the tragedy was that there were sheep here once upon a time. Well, they were kind of like here-ish, and they no longer exist because wolves managed to kill them over / through the fence, which is a little bit of a bummer. But what it means is this episode, or this recording session, I'm going to be searching for a place to put the sheep when I get some more, because I will need sheep, and I'll need more sheep than I had anyway, because I want to dye a bunch of them, and then have them on hand to shear at all times. And as of this exact moment, I don't have any, which is a bit of a bummer. I'm actually pretty low on wool as well. Now, I don't have super specific goals with the wool at the moment in terms of like a build in mind for them, but it is a useful building block for a lot of different things, one of which is just using white wool for the purposes of paintings, which I've been starting to dabble in more and more as time goes on. So after I finish cutting down some of these trees and harvesting the farm, we will kind of start looking around our immediate zone and picking a place where we want to put the sheep pen. We probably won't work on it a whole lot this time. I don't have a ton of time to record today, but I will maybe get like an outline started and stuff. The first thing we're doing though is cutting down these trees, because this whole area has to go. In fact, let's go into photo mode, and I'll kind of show you guys my overall plans. So we have this path, right, that leads up to our most distant watchtower currently. This part of the map, pretty much everything south of this path here, starting here, going up to the path, like that, kind of. This whole area I want to make into kind of a upper middle class kind of zone. This is where some of the people who have a little bit of money live and work. Or at least live, probably don't work. My idea is that these are the people who work on the docks more than anything. They're kind of the traders and stuff. This zone up here, especially around this little divot, is going to be more of the low rent, low income housing kind of region where poorer folks live. As well as this whole region is going to be covered in farms. Farms are going to extend all over here in various shapes and forms, and I really would like in this area to put in some kind of cave houses and maybe make an automated mushroom farm. Pretty much all these trees are going to go, so we'll eventually have to pick a place to put a tree farm as well. But for now, we still have a lot of trees to cut down. We're going to clear out this kind of lower area, at least mostly. I won't necessarily do it all on camera, but I would like to get a little bit of this done. We need a lot of wood, and specifically we need a lot of this pine wood. I think we'll probably call this tree the last one for right now. We didn't use as much durability on this axe as I thought we did, but we needed to have a backup anyway. And we have plenty of saplings, naturally. I don't necessarily need to pick up every single one of them. I have not harvested this in a while, despite playing for quite a bit. You may notice in the top left, it is spring. Can I have my seed? No? Okay. It is spring. Oh wait, I think I need to have an empty hand to right-click things out of a dog's mouth. he's a wild dog. He don't care. And if you remember when I was playing before, it was fall. So there's been quite a jump. Unfortunately, I did miss out on showing you guys winter, but there will be other winters. I was just in a building mood, and I wasn't really sure if that was the kind of thing that I wanted to make an episode of. I think I probably will, though, next time that I do it. Even if I don't talk much. Just, skip around a little bit, you know? Not too much. But I was experimenting with different houses and different house shapes. Still kind of lower houses, not getting into like second stories and whatnot yet. But I will add more of those soon, for sure. How much wheat do we get? Damn, that's a lot of wheat. That's good. I would like wheat to be one of our main food sources moving forward. It's a lot more, I don't know, sustainable than trying to kill pigs all the time. And it's less reliant on the seasons than some of the other ones. Cocoa is still a very good source of food. Like, we're still going to be living off of cookies a lot. Once summer hits, we'll harvest those quite often. But the issue with any kind of tree is that the trees are very season dependent, which isn't necessarily terrible. How many is that? 1, 2, 5. Okay, so we can do 2 then. Bonk bonk, bonk bonk, bonk bonk, badonk. Oop, night is falling. Perfect timing. So yeah, while we can still harvest cocoa and we still make cookies and they're very efficient, etc., I don't really want to be super reliant on food sources that are difficult to replicate. Cocoa, for whatever reason, does not drop saplings very often, if at all. So, relying on it as a primary food source is a little bit tricky for that reason. So now we have this extra wheat. Oh, I need to put the pumpkins away. That extra wheat is... Actually, you know what? I'm going to take out the 2 full stacks. Split that one. Go to sleep. The 2 full stacks will go into the basket outside. I believe this one. So, we will also put the wheat in there. Now, whenever we take this out on adventures, whenever we build an outpost, I almost said an outhouse, but whenever we build an outpost, we can put some of that wheat there, and we'll be good to go. Whenever we start doing caving more often, which that might be next episode or the one after that, I haven't decided yet, but we are going to do that soon. We'll probably take a stack of wheat because it's just a very convenient way to carry a large-ish amount of food. Even more convenient than cookies. I need to get my boat back. My boat got pushed out here during winter, I believe. Because, of course, during winter, all of this water freezes. So let's get this back in here. And then, now that the farm is done and we've kind of completed our chores for the day, we can look for an area to call Sheep Home. So let's start by grabbing our map, which is here, because we do want to be filling this out a bit. Now we already kind of know, and at the moment I can go into photo mode because it's a little bit easier than using the map to explain some of this. We already know we want this to be the mid-rent district, we want this to be the low-rent district, we want a lot of this center area to be farmland, kind of stretching into the middle. Even along the road is going to be a lot of farmland. This area here, I don't know exactly where, but we want to put in a canal through this whole region, and we want to put in a canal right here. Right, so we know that for sure, guaranteed. We definitely want to be able to boat around this whole thing. We want it to be an official island 100%. In addition to that, we do know that this area and this area is going to be like the Richie Rich zone, because this is going to be the castle someday, right? So we want this whole area to be left alone for ultra wealthy, like multi-story mansions and big buildings, a real city vibe up there. Which means we can't put sheep there, and that leaves this island, peninsula, whatever, and this section of our current island, which will be separated eventually. But this area is very hilly, which honestly might not be terrible for having a handful of sheep in. The downside is, I believe, and we're going to go look now. We'll go this way. I believe all of this is shrubland, and shrubland seems to generate wolves. Now, I think... Wait a minute. Boreal forest here. Interesting. Did this biome change because I planted enough cherry trees? Interesting. Or maybe this is all boreal forest. Okay, so the wolves spawn in this boreal forest, then. That's why they're spawning. Because wolves spawn in forests, as far as I'm aware. Meaning we might actually be fine if we just walk over here and go towards that. We might actually be fine with putting the sheep over there. Put that map away for the moment. So this right here, this strip of land, we can't build anything here because this is going to be a canal. Probably at this lowest point, for obvious reasons. But it's going to cut through all the way into this area. And we'll probably put another little dock here. Something like that. But I don't have any specific plans for this part of our territory. Let's update the map a little bit, put it away. Huh. There is a sheer cliff face here. We could do another canal right here. I love canals. I love putting canals into places. I was thinking about doing a lot of rail stuff in this world, but honestly, with how things are set up, it's really good for just boat travel. There's so much water everywhere. So I think I'm going to stick to that for a bit. Let's see. Maybe over there would be better for the sheep. Although, now that I'm here, this little area is not too bad. This is boreal forest, though, which means wolves would spawn. We want to avoid that. Shrubland, I guess, is fine. We can at least try out shrubland. Let me just grab this clay, though. No, my shovel. Well, I'm not going to waste my gold shovel on this. Cobblestone. Bonk. Bonk. We can cut across. We got time. Something eerie about crossing the water in this mod pack, or in this overhaul. It's just very dim and foggy in the distance. It's very cool, but it gives me a little bit of thalassophobia, you know? Which I do not normally suffer from. IRL, I'm a very good swimmer, and while I wouldn't say I'm thrilled at the idea of swimming over open water, I'm not, you know, super negatively affected by it in the way that some people are. My sister is, but I dodged that bullet, I guess. Sand. I don't know if we're gonna need a lot of sand anytime soon. Let's get up here. Kind of walk up this cliff a little bit. I haven't really explored over here much, but this will help fill in some of the top part of our map, which will be nice. I don't know if there's a way to display maps in this. I think there is, but I don't know. We'll have to see. This is a nice flat area. What is this, shrubland? We could put our sheep up here. I kind of like the idea of our sheep being high up, and I was already thinking, actually I think where those birch trees are, I was thinking about putting a watchtower. Though now that I'm here, do I put one on this? I don't know. There's some good area. You know what? Honestly, I kind of like that little nubbin there for a watchtower. That might be kind of cool. Just put one like right up on top there. Then build like a staircase that goes up the cliff to a secondary part of the same outpost that's up on top. Like that would be the outpost proper. And this little one would be like a shepherd area, so we could put our sheep down in this valley. I'm actually kind of digging that idea. Where's the sun? Okay, we are running out of time. I need to start bringing a bed with me. But let's go down here. We'll look around a bit. Okay. Yeah, I'm kind of liking this. Build into this, like make it into kind of a tower. Put like a doorway here that goes up. Maybe make an old-fashioned water elevator or something. A little lava pool, that's be handy. There's a lot of wall resources. Well, I'm gonna head back home and grab a bed and a basket, and we'll bring it over here with a bunch of wood, and we'll start kind of fencing stuff in and, I don't know, working on it at least a little bit. I know it might seem a little bit strange to put the sheep farm all the way over there. It's, you know, it's not exactly like a super short travel distance with no sprinting and everything else. But I've always been a fan, and I think I talked about this previously. I've always been a fan of spreading out my base quite a bit, and specifically keeping things kind of distant from each other. I think that that adds to the feeling of scale in Minecraft in a way that I enjoy. Okay, it's not quite night yet, so we can take advantage of this time. Yeah, we got a minute here. We're gonna run over and grab the wood that we just cut down. Hey, chicken! And there we go. Do we have any extra fences laying around? We have fence gates. That's good. I don't know if we really want to use different colors of fences or anything. We'll start with just the brown. The pine logs are kind of our go-to, our default block. Everything else is either going to contrast with it or match it in some way. No, sleep. Just got some more iron, that's nice. Put that away. Then we'll head out. I don't really need to keep the map on me, but I will. Oh, hold up. We will take a boat. I was thinking I don't need the boat because the canal's not built yet anyway. Maybe we should work on the canal first. Nah. We'll work on getting a little bit of something built over there, and then we will come back and work on the canal. Or we'll go caving. Who knows? There's 1,000 things to do in Minecraft at any given moment. But I would like a boat on this body of water, for sure. Disconnect me from the land. I am a fan of this region. So let's get up here, and we're going to kind of start with, where do we want the main floor to be? I don't mind the elevation change going down, but I think up here, this is going to be the floor. So we'll need to fill in all of this with dirt, basically. I will need to bring more dirt. I do not have enough of that. But let's start by getting the basics set up over here. Yeah, we'll make... you know what? We'll make a double chest. Oop. say chesto. Behold. So the reason for that is, of course, because we've got a bunch of cherries to put in here. This is all of our emergency stuff that we keep in this basket. But importantly, it includes a bed. And for now, we'll just tuck this away in here. So we have a place to sleep over here, and we don't have to be leaving quite as often. Perfect. Okay, this serves no purpose at the moment, but it will soon. Especially when we have to go back to get dirt, which we will probably work on. Let's just convert 2 stacks for now. We're going to need quite a few sticks. Let's see, recipe for this is like this, right? Yes. So we're going to just need a fuckload of these, and we're going to need them for other stuff anyway, but what is this? Little shrubbery. We're going to get rid of these. We'll probably have to add stuff like that back in at some point, but oh Jesus, what are we going to do with this? Well, we're going to wall this off is what we're going to do. Because this is a cool, like, sheer cliff face. I don't know what we're going to use it for necessarily, but... oh yeah, I need to make a shovel. Even just a stone shovel. I probably should have grabbed an iron shovel, but whatever. It's fine. We'll just make more. Let's, bonk bonk. There we go. Oh, we got a shrub. Plant to grow a shrub. Dang. Oh. I caught Foggy while I wasn't looking. That was creepy. Alright. Let's see here. So we want this to kind of go over here. Like this. Probably here. No, I like it here. This is good. Alright. So I don't know what we're going to do in here yet, but this is going to be the extent of our region for now. Oop. I will probably end up cutting some of that ground down as well. I want to put a torch on the corner, probably along the thing as well. Bonk, bonk, bonk. Bonk, 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 bonk. There we go. I'll smooth out the terrain instead. Well, not necessarily smooth, but I will make the terrain look a bit more natural at a later point. For now, we just need to work on where the fence is going to be. So honestly, I kind of want the fence across here. I don't know if I really want this extra zone here. So this might be redundant, this part. Because we might just... oop, I didn't mean to do that one. Let's do like this. Just put these across for now. I think you can just walk through these, and by you I mean sheep, so actually maybe we should do like this. There we go. Can we get through there? No. Obviously we can jump up, but... oh, god damn it. Do like that. That's a temporary thing. Because what I really want to do is that. There we go. So now, sheep cannot get over this. Can they do anything fucky here? No, but we'll do that for now anyway, just to be safe. That is temporary, of course. I don't intend to leave it looking quite like that. I haven't decided what I want to do for the wall yet. I actually don't think I want to do fences for the wall permanently, but I want to get the outline of everything kind of finished up. Now, I would like them to be able to walk all the way around the watchtower, And it doesn't look like we'll need a fence over here. Because this area is already a cliff face. We'll cut down some of the dirt at some point, but yeah, that's pretty good as is. So we need to... Oh, there's a zombie. We'll need to cover up this whole area in dirt, of course. I can just get... Does he know I'm here? No. Interesting that on foggy days they can just be fine out in the sun. There we go. I'm really unsure how I feel about zombies having... Switch. That sounded like he was behind me. What the fuck? I'm kind of unsure how I feel about zombies having different outfits like that. I'm going in here because I wanted to make sure there wasn't like a spawner. Doesn't really look like it though. Not unless they're wandering a lot further than I thought. We'll need to light up this whole region anyway. Come here. Okay, put some lights down. Yeah, so... this is the level we want to get to. So, yeah, so we can start by doing this, basically. Like so. Now, it is nighttime, and I do think I want to go back and get some dirt, so... Let's start by dropping off a bunch of this random shit we've picked up. I like that shrub sapling. We're definitely going to make some use of those. Put away most of the logs for the moment, since we don't really need them. There we go. Now we eat. Nothing like a creepy noise to sleep to. We can just pick this up and carry it. We don't have to, like, lift it this time, which is neat. I don't know if I'll need it. I don't think I have quite that much dirt. I think my inventory will do fine this time, but just in case. Oh, a creeper. I feel like that was kind of bullshit, but... Bummer. Gotta... fill in the hole. Just get rid of these shrubs now. Since they got half blown up anyway. That goes some more shrub saplings. Fantastic. Ah! Pig almost killed me. Tried to push me off a cliff. Okay. Just like I thought, we don't really have that much dirt. I mean, we have a good amount, but we don't have enough that I needed the basket, so... Always good to bring it, though. Especially if you can break it down into item form like this. Back on Isle del Sheep. We should start coming up with names for some of these areas, shouldn't we? That would be kind of cool. If anybody has any ideas and they want to leave them in the comments, feel free to. In the meantime, I will try to name some of our locations a bit, probably off camera. Parish cow. I think if I explained this a bit, but I kill the cows because of leather. That's it. Let's do one more there. Right, that's the right level that I want to go to. This one? Yeah. And now, the time has come for dirt. You know what else we should do this episode, actually? I should make my first diamond pickaxe. Because I have enough diamond for it. think I'm gonna need more dirt. Alright, I'm actually gonna leave that for now. I want to come over here and cover up these holes a bit more. Let's come down here. Put down a bunch of torches to prevent spawning at least a little bit. I'm not super worried about lighting up everything completely or anything like that. I will grab this iron while I'm here, though. Now that things are lit up a bit. My goodness, that's a big iron vein. Oh my god. It just keeps going. Okay, it ended. All good things must come to an end. Yeah, okay. I was kind of thinking maybe I should collect some of that gravel, but I'm going to be doing a lot of gravel collecting in my alpha playthrough here soon. I don't want to get started early. So, now that we've lit up those holes, let us cover them up. Pretend like they never existed. Perfect. I'm putting torches down in these little areas so that I don't have to fill them completely. Etho would be very disappointed in me, but I'm willing to accept that. I just don't want spiders to spawn down here. Even if they can't hurt anything. Or anyone. Sealed under the earth, as they would be. I still don't want to have to listen to them hissing at me. Alright. Let's cover this hole up now. This is one of the big ones. I don't know how many sheep we're going to have. I assume we can have an absolute... like, an absolutely massive amount of them. Because, like, this mod runs pretty smooth. We'll worry about terraforming that later. Right now we want to finish what we have started. Much like everything else, we aren't going to be completing this today, but we're getting a decent start on it for sure. Bonk bonk. So that was the last major, like, cave hole that we needed to cut down. I want to get rid of this hill a little bit. There's going to be one of the walls here at some point, so that will be good as well. I think what we need to do now is head up there. I'm leaving the lava exposed on purpose at the moment, by the way. Pretty much purely because... That's the one, there we go. Pretty much purely because I don't want to forget it exists. But I think we need to get up there. Where is the sun? I cannot see. It is almost night. So maybe we wait. We sleep. In the meantime, killing some cows. Oh yeah. I switched off my sword earlier because I was killing those zombies and I didn't want it to break midway through fighting them. Though it looks like it had more durability than I thought. Let's grab some of this iron super quick as night starts to fall. I don't know how we're going to light up all of this, but it's probably going to be pumpkins hidden under leaves. Although, you know, we're making our first pickaxe, well, diamond pickaxe, obviously, today. Probably here pretty soon. We could get some obsidian, maybe even from that lava pool. And we can start thinking about going to the nether. The nether is really important in this overhaul. So it would be worth our time, I think, to do so. Let's check on my armor. Everything's doing pretty good. Chainmail can be repaired. I don't think any of these other ones can be, though. See? Shows the repair. I don't think you can craft chainmail leggings in any way, or any kind of chainmail stuff. You just gotta find it. So, yeah, I think we'll commit. Beautiful. And we will go back, and by we I mean me, I will go back, I will get the diamonds, we'll make the pickaxe, and we'll mine up the obsidian. And then, I guess, here in an episode or two, we'll have to figure out where we're going to put the portal, because that kind of has to be special, you know? I don't know everything about this mod in terms of the progression and stuff, how it's different from vanilla beta Minecraft. But what I do know is that going to the nether ends up giving you access to steel, which is kind of a side grade to diamond. Diamond in this mod pack is also special, but I'll talk about that in a moment. While we're walking over there, I will note, I have these gold tools. You may have noticed them, and if you haven't watched previous episodes, or you don't know much about Better Than Adventure, you might be wondering why I would bother having gold tools ever. And the answer is simple. They have Silk Touch in this mod pack. There is no enchanting, so instead you have... How many is that? 22? Let's just do that many, yeah. So instead of having... enchantments, you have different tool effects. I do have some crude steel. I forgot about that, actually. Huh. So the diamonds are down in my mine. Let's go get those. Oh, actually, that reminds me. I actually did some mining off camera before I started working on those structures over there because I was wanting to collect some resources. I left it all down there, or at least most of it. I left down there so that I could show you guys how much I got. So we can look at that real quick. I don't know if I'll bring it all up. Maybe I will. I have plenty of room in my resource chest, so... I think in order of operations here for what we're going to be building, after we work on the sheep area a little bit, we're going to transition to the canal. This is everything I mined. It's quite a bit. I actually need this cobblestone. So, let's take this home. After we work on the canal and the... Oh, I forgot I got that many diamonds. And the sheep area a touch. The next thing we want to do, I think... yeah, put that in there, put that in there. There we go. Is work on some kind of warehouse or some kind of storage area for my things. Alright, now that we're up here, let's put the diamonds there, put the hoe there. Start with this stuff. We've got quite a bit of raw iron ore we'll have to process. Put away that stack of dirt. Was that everything? Yeah. Huh. Anyway, we've got extra cobble here. Honestly, we just take this over, I think. We're going to need cobblestone and various other stone materials when we start working on the outpost. So, If it wasn't so foggy... Oh, it's summer now. If it wasn't so foggy, I was thinking we could go into that watchtower and kind of look over to see how well we can see across the pond, but it is foggy. I don't know if I mentioned this. One of the other ideas that I had for that little outpost point was putting another lighthouse there. I was thinking of having 3 lighthouses on the island. There's a little island, like a tiny, tiny strip of land off the other side by the other outpost that I definitely want to put a lighthouse on. But there's not really an island out here. Well, actually, there's one there. But is that too far out from the main island? I think it is. Also, I hit tab. Oopsies. Let's head up here. We're going to make the diamond pick on location. So, what is special about diamond pickaxes in this version? Because I mentioned they do have special abilities, and that is true. I heard a skeleton. As noted, there are no enchantments in this game, however, or in this version. However, there are special effects. And the special effect of diamond tools is that they are very fast, basically. Which means obsidian is nowhere near as painful as it is in pretty much any base version of Minecraft. Okay, let's put you there. Oop, that's not what I meant to do. This is how I have always mined obsidian. It usually has not been this fast, though. So this is pretty wonderful. Basically, it's an efficiency enchantment, right? It goes super speedy through anything. It still has really good durability. I can't show it to you, obviously, but I believe it's the same as vanilla. I'd have to double check that, though. In vanilla, they have about 1,500, roughly. So diamond tools are still really good. I would say diamond tools are still overall the best of the tools, but steel has important uses as well, and is something we're going to be using a lot of. To get steel, though, I know we have to go to the nether. Now, I don't know a whole lot else about how to get steel. I can extrapolate some ideas based off of playing other video games, but yeah, I don't know otherwise. We'll leave this as is for the moment. I'll get that iron later and maybe steal some of that lava. But that's enough obsidian. Obsidian looks pretty cool, and it being so much faster to mine does mean I could use it if I wanted. So yeah, there we go. We've got our diamond pick. I don't think I'm going to be using it for building and such, so it will stay in my inventory alongside the iron one that I also don't really use for building. For now, anyway. Stone works at a decent enough pace for me. I don't mind using stone for, like, clearing out spaces. But as we start moving towards building bigger and bigger things, it may become a little bit more, I don't know, tempting, or a little bit more viable at least, for us to use alternative and superior tools. Can I really not fit through there? It's funny. Whatever. We'll leave that boat there, even though it will definitely get kicked out into the bay at some point by passing pigs. But having it there will be nice, regardless. It's almost night. Maybe if we hurry, we can get to this watchtower and see what we can see. Go, go, go. Yeah, I can see those trees. I actually can't see where the outpost would be. So that definitely means I want to put one up on top of the taller house. I'm of the opinion outposts should be able to faintly see one another, even if it's extremely distant. Only the most absolutely remote outposts don't have contact with, like, the main base in my worlds. So to that end, we will put one up on top of the really tall mountain, and then we will put a smaller one that's basically going to be more like a shepherd's house that will sit atop the kind of little mini plateau among the sheep. Yeah, so for now I think we need to go and start finding a place to put the nether portal. That would be our next big goal here.